In this lesson today, we are going to learn two consonant families. We'll start with the first family. The first letter of this family is حرف الدال. حرف الدال. Dal. This is the name. Now, to remind you that when we say family, one family, that means that they share the same basic shape. Okay? So same thing. This family has two letters. They have to have the same shape. Letter dal connects from right, never from the left. It's like the same concept as in waw. Waw doesn't connect to the left. Now we have dal and dal. They don't connect to the left as well. How we write this letter and how we pronounce it. It is very simple to pronounce it because it has the equivalent to in Latin or in English and French, d. And how it looks like when you write it. In the beginning, so when you say one, it connects from one side, that means that it keeps one shape, which is the original one. At the beginning, now if you prefer to just, if you see it like this and you prefer this shape like open, totally open, that is correct. Or if you prefer to close it a little bit, that is also correct. It's on the line. In the middle, it should look the same exactly. And if it connects, same thing. Now you must be like now wondering, oh, I can't catch up the technique of writing this letter. It's very simple. This is the letter. You start on the top, tilt a little bit. It's a line tilted, okay? And then you go left. You go to the line and then you go left and then you make the little hook or whatever you want to call it at the end. If you want to close it or you can keep it open. The same thing at the end. Nothing will change because it does not connect to the left side. This letter with fatha is da. With damme should be du. With kasra is di. With sukun is d. Now the comparison between short vowel and long vowel, it becomes da and da. Du and do. Di and di. This is the letter. Let's take some examples to read it. جديد. جديد. New. جديد. Dal with kasra and followed by long vowel. جديد. New. جدد. جدد. جدد means to renew. جدد. Okay, so this is letter dal. Now we move to the second letter of this family. It's letter ذال. حرف الذال. Okay, and حرف الذال. It should look exactly like dal, connects from right never to the left. It's dhal, the name in Arabic, okay? And how we write it, and before we know how, or we learn how to write it, which should be now easy to imagine it because we learned how to write dal. However, what you need to know about this letter is that if you remember when I taught you the letter tha, it has two pronunciations, one in formal Arabic and one in urban Arabic, and one in spoken language and one classical Arabic. And same situation for this letter because it's in between the teeth. It's fricative. So this letter dhal in formal Arabic, it's pronounced th, like the, those, these, with vibration. You should feel the vibration on your tongue. Now, if we were saying, or if we were speaking in urban Arabic, or if we were learning urban Arabic, this letter does not exist in pronunciation, and it became the pronunciation z, z. Okay, so z, it sounds like the another letter that you will learn soon. However, we keep the same shape; it doesn't change. We don't change the writing, so we don't change the meaning of the word and be able to read properly. So dal at the beginning, dal in the middle. So it's the same thing. As you see, nothing has changed. We can write this in red to make it more defined. Same thing at the end. It should not change. The, 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 and with long vowels it should be the, the. You know, some examples. We're gonna take some examples in formal Arabic. Or basically, I'm gonna make up these words just to ذهب, ذهب, ذهب. The second one is ذباب, ذباب. The third, حذو, حذو. And if we were going to pronounce in urban Arabic, we will say ذهب, ذباب, and حذو. This is about the letter ذال. So this is one family, dal and dhal. It's a very small family. Now we move to the second one. And the second one, you already learned one of them actually, and we learned letter waw. So if you remember how to write the waw, you should know how to write ra and zain that we will learn right now. So the third one is, I'm gonna add in here plus waw to keep it in mind. So now we have حرف الراء. Okay. R is the trill, like you're rolling it behind your teeth. R, it looks like banana, whatever you wanna think about it. Okay, and it connects from right, never from the left. So if we are gonna count right now, we have learned waw, dal, dhal does not connect the left. And now ra, so we have 4, and there's one more, later we'll learn it after that. So حرف الراء, if we are going to pronounce it, learn it sounds exactly like R, and some people they like to write it on the top of like the whole thing on the line, or you can just do it like the waw, which I explained the same thing when I introduced waw. Ra, same thing, if it connects or it doesn't. Okay, and it's up to you, again it's up to you if you would like to write it all above the line or little bit above the line and the rest is below the line. I prefer personally to write a little bit above the line and the rest below the line. Okay, and the same thing at the end. Okay, and this is letter Ra. Try to not like curl this letter, like if you write it, to not curl it like this, because this will match or will look like the end of another letter, which we don't want you to start make confusion. So Ra, Ru, Ri. Ra, Ru, Ri. I am swishing them together. Ra, ru, ri, ra, ru, ri. And letter R, example, my name is Rana. So the first example is Rana, Rana, it's my name, Rana. And the second one is Rabab, Rabab, it's also a proper name. Just take Harb, Harb means war, Harb. Har, har, in spoken language it means spicy. Har, har. So this is letter Ra, and now we move to letter Zain or Zay. حرف الزين زين حرف الزين. It looks like Ra with a dot on the top. If we say it looks like Ra because it's from the same family, so it should look like it. It connects from the right, never from the left. How we write it, it should look like basic shape that we learned to write Waw and Ra. Little bit on the top and the rest below with the dot on the top. If it connects, it looks like this or like this, and same thing at the end. Nothing will be changed. Z, zu, zi, and z. Z, zu, zi, and z. This is the equivalent to letter Z. Z, zu, zi. Example. Zarub, alley, alleyway. Zarub. Jazar, carrot. Jazar. This is a fun word I'm going to teach you right now. It combines a lot of new elements, a lot of elements that you have learned, not new, and you should be able to read it. Jazira, Jazira, like Al Jazeera or Jazeera Island. So Ja Fatha, Z with Kasra and long vowel E, Z, and then Ra with Ta marbuta, Jazeera, Jazeera, and that is letter Zain.